Hi guys, I'm Kyungmi Kim at Korea Institute of Psychoeducation. If you are a couple who wants to explore different types of sex, such as threesomes, swapping, and group sex, but are inexperienced, this video is for you. Sharing and enjoying sex with other people is a risky endeavor, and there's a lot to be careful about and consider. So it's actually best to consult with a sexologist to find the right path for you. If you just want to share sex with others simply to satisfy your curiosity and desire for greater pleasure, you need to keep in mind that it only takes one try to shatter your marriage and couple relationship, because while sex is not the only thing a couple lives for, it is the cornerstone of how you build your relationship. When you don't know how to use sex as a tool for your happiness, and you make the mistake of taking away your own cornerstone and giving it to someone else, you are tearing your relationship apart. Unfortunately, most people end up destroying themselves and their homes when they try threesomes, swapping, group sex, etc., without knowing how and why. If you don't fit the description of what I'm about to tell you, you should leave sex with a variety of people only as a sexual fantasy and focus on sex with your own partner. Usually, when our minds are tilted in the direction of pleasure seeking, we easily rationalize that I'll never get in trouble, or we are also ready for that. But there's no way back once you have lost everything, so you need to take a good look at condition till the last minute before the decision. First, when a couple wants to have sex with someone else, it's usually the husband who convinces his wife to do so, often rationalizing that it would be good for her to have sex with someone else too, in order to pursue his own sexual fantasies. But the truth is that wives feel the happiest and the most fulfilled in intimate sex with their husbands rather than with someone else. When considering sex with others, the husband needs to completely put aside his own sexual fantasies, his own sexual pleasure, his own sexual performance, etc., and focus solely on what makes his wife happy. He should only look out for and protect his wife before, during, and after sex, and never forget that all sexual actions are being done for her happiness, not his. And the wife shouldn't think of the other people she's having sex with as human beings. They are just aids to help her and her husband have sex, which means she shouldn't feel any human-to-human feelings for them. And one thing that should precede all of this is, without a doubt, safety. You need to be physically and psychologically safe, and even if you and your partner are safe people, there's a very good chance that the other people you are having sex with are not. People who participate for the sake of pleasure are either already being sexually taken advantage of, or they are taking advantage of others and they have no one else in mind but their own pleasure. This absolute standard is a necessary component for having multi-party sex, and the vast majority of husbands and wives will not meet it. If you think it's easy, you are likely to be doing a lot of arbitrary interpretation to achieve your own sexual pleasure. If you are ready for all of this, then there are a couple of things you need to keep in mind when it comes to practice. First, if you think of the people you are having sex with as human beings, and if you meet the other people without your partner, your relationship with your partner is over, so you should always meet together, have sex together, and go home together. Second, it is very important to have climax with your partner. Third, couples should always check their condition and be careful not to develop problems. The effect of the sexual act is so powerful that even a small ember of vague concern can turn into a firestorm in an instant. Couples should always make it clear that they can stop whenever they feel something is getting out of line. And of course, the other partner should embrace it and work toward recovery. If things aren't working out, it's important to consult a sex therapist as soon as possible, rather than dragging your feet and trying to recover on your own. In addition, there should be very specific and strict rules for couples to enjoy sex with others. This is because sex with others is a blank slate and risks becoming an affair, and their happiness can be completely skewed without them even realizing they have a problem. And then you get the idea that you can have sex with anyone who isn't your spouse in the future, and then with anyone who isn't part of that group, and then with anyone in the world. And you go through life thinking nothing is wrong with that idea. Of course, your relationship with your spouse has long been destroyed. Unless you accurately understand the true nature and mechanism of sexuality, your good intention to get involved in having sex with others is in vain, because sexuality is not something that can be controlled by consciousness. So before you even consider multi-party sex, your first priority should be to make sex between just the two of you the most passionate, pleasurable, and blissful it can be. If you just know how you can realize most of your sex fantasies with just the two of you and enjoy sexual happiness like never before. Also, please remember that not taking responsibility for the sex you choose is a sex crime.